Good morning. This is David with Interwest IT and the SMB IT Newscast for February 25th, 2016. We're following up on our discussion last week of the value of email contacts, and in that discussion we deliberately avoided any mention of CRM, which is usually called Customer Relationship Management or Contact Relationship Management. In the email realm, as far as sending and receiving email, we're familiar with some of the free offerings that are available to us. MailChimp, for instance, is very easily integrated to WordPress sites and would be a great addition to your Anchor website and your web presence in general in terms of an opt-in email subscription list. The great part about MailChimp is that it offers all of the best practices that you're going to need in terms of opt-in, opt-out, keeping track of who's in which list. You're able to keep any number of different segments of particular lists that you can send email to, and it allows you to send beautifully formatted HTML email that will look good not only in text-based clients, but also mobile telephones and things like that. So last week we just looked at the value of email, and we didn't really treat CRM. We just thought about how to actually market to those lists in a couple of different ways. This week I'd like to mention CRM, or Contact Relationship Management, or Customer Relationship Management, is a very powerful database-driven series of tools. Microsoft has a CRM product that is extremely sophisticated. So does Salesforce.com online. And just yesterday, or the day before, Google began featuring something they're calling ProsperWorks. And so you can pick your relative vertical, your tech vertical that we talked about a few weeks back. If you're in Microsoft realm, you might be wanting to look at CRM hosted by a Microsoft compatible product. But in the Google realm, we're looking at CRM being integrated already with our Gmail and our contacts that are already in there, being able to migrate them into and keep track of all of our interactions that have to do with the business that we're operating. And so it's very seamless. The great thing about Chrome and Google and the Android products is that if you're using those tablets and those telephones and smartphones, and the maybe even just a web book, or one of those inexpensive computers, tablets, you can do so well just by being familiar with that single interface. So I'm not particularly proselytizing for Google, but in the realm where we're looking for good, fast, and cheap as being the olden rule, and pick any two, good and fast is sometimes not available to us. But in this case, the Google product line and the Google suite of services match all three criteria. And it's a really interesting business proposition in that sense. Now, Google, as we talked about in those tech verticals in that discussion, is not always appropriate for a particular business, particularly if you're a point-of-sale business. If you have a physical store and physical products, and you're doing physical fulfillment and things like that across the counter, you're going to need some additional services. Microsoft is a much better solution in that vertical. So that's it for today. Look at CRM, particularly if you're in the Google space. Look for ProsperWorks. It was just announced, and you've seen a slide on that or two. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.